But right now we're going to hear from Brett Goode, former Razorback, former Packer, part of the Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions team now. Brett, the biggest news of the day, Jalen Catalon coming back for his redshirt junior season. Is that of sorts a signal to other players that are contemplating this decision that really the alpha of that defense is deciding that he's coming back for another year?
It's absolutely going to help. And anybody that was kind of on the wire, they're like, okay, we can do something special. And it's good for him. Everybody's talked about his injury status with the NFL. And, the NFL, that they do an MRI, CAT scan on every part of your body, especially after injuries. And they want to make sure that he's going to be healthy enough to make it to an NFL season. And what better way to come back for your another year at Arkansas and prove that you can stay healthy and improve his draft status and his stock. And so it's going to be great for the players coming back because he solidifies that in the back end, and that just helps out our defense. We saw how much it hurt when he first was out of the ball game, how much our defense was hurting. And so having your captain back on the defense, and he's going to be the quarterback back there in the backfield, and it's going to be huge for us.
Brent, I know that Miles Slusher came on later in the season, particularly in the LSU game, but if Jalen had been healthy this season, how do you think this outcome, like say an Ole Miss game, say an Auburn game, how do you think the season would have turned out if you had your All-American safety in the back end the rest of the way?
I think you guarantee yourself probably at least one victory, maybe another. Because you saw, especially in the Auburn game, how much they attacked where he would have been, and guys are in different positions, and they're just the biggest thing when a guy goes out is not used to playing with somebody on the field. Everybody always deals with injuries, and when a guy of his caliber leaves, there's a lot of communication errors that just happen. Even though these guys are coached well and they are they're in tune, they understand the game plan. There's always going to be a little bit of communication error when you lose a star athlete like that. And so it was huge, but now, it's great news for Arkansas. I was so excited to see that yesterday, and you're hoping these guys can just pick up, and now we can kind of get going in the right direction after this bowl game.
All right, so Ty was talking earlier about the swag bag you get down at the Outback Bowl, and somebody will put out the list that compares them all. What was your favorite thing that you got in a bowl game gift or swag bag, and do you have any of it still to this day?
I do. We got a little bit of luggage. The gifts have gotten a lot better now. And what's funny is I was actually telling somebody this the other day. We got a TV with a DVD player in it, and I was so excited because those were just kind of coming on the scene.
It's top of the line back then, man.
It was top of the line. It had Capital One Bowl on it. My mom still has it, at her house. It still works. It's, the pictures quality is not as good as what they are now, but we were excited to get that at the time because it was a big deal when you could get a DVD player hooked up to the TV and not have to have two different units. So we still have that, and that was fun. And we did get a watch, so that was cool.
Yeah. So we were looking at the Outback Bowls list. It seemed a little chintzy, didn't it?
Yeah. Tom,
a $25 Outback gift card. I mean, you'd think they would just kind of go all out on that deal, right?
I did.
I'm not sure you can eat for $25.
Yeah, I know. I did find out. Mary texted us in. I verified it on the internet that the NCAA has limited swag bags to $550 limit. I don't know if the Outback Bowl got it up to $550, but I know there is a limit according to the NCAA.
Well, when you get a gift card like that, you can't even take a date out. You have to go Dutch. So that's kind of unfortunate that that's what they got. It'll be interesting to, those guys can use that really quickly when you go there. And I think Outback, you have to go to happy hour to get a meal and get a special on some food. So
hey, bring me some more of that bread. Bring me some more of that bread here with that
free bread.
Beer. So, yeah. Hey, I wanted to bring this up with you. Jordan Silver, the long snapper, has been invited to the Senior Bowl, and I bring that up. I don't know if that's an interest to a lot of people, but it's interesting with me and you because that's kind of where it all began for you. And relate that to the audience, what that means for him, because I think without that invite for you, your life might have been much different.
It absolutely would have been. And the Senior Bowl is so great because it's the best seniors going out there, and so you have 350, 400 scouts sitting there, and you've got a lot of personnel, and it's a huge bowl game to go kind of put out there, showcase what you can do against other seniors, and all these guys have NFL potential. They don't just invite somebody because they got an award. These guys all have a chance to make it to the next level and get drafted or a free agent. So it's a great award and accomplishment for him to be able to go out there and and have this opportunity. Because for me, it put me in contact with everybody. It got me up more on the map, more on the scene, that you're able to go out there and showcase. And then without that game, I probably wouldn't have the opportunities that I did. And so it's another door open, and it's a step in the right direction. I'm happy for Jordan.
You'd still be doing that. You'd be finishing that driveway.
Concrete.
You know.
Oh, man.
It'd be a different world, so that'd be crazy.
Brett Goode with us here on the Morning Rush. Brett, did you hear Lane Kiffin's comments by chance talking about how he thinks recruits are basically just going to go to the highest bidder? I wonder your perspective on that. You obviously weren't a part of this whole new NIL deal, but with players today thinking about the different variables that they're offered or that they're just looking at with the football program, style of living, all the coaches, all that goes into it, do you think Kiffin's onto something, or is he grossly miscalculating a lot of people's decisions?
I think he's onto something. You have two sides of it. You have a recruit coming out and the guy that you're trying to keep going to NFL early and giving them money. And so I think that's one of their deals. Lincoln Riley went out there to the West Coast because they're going to pay. We all saw what they did with Reggie Bush back in the day and making a super team. And so some of these major universities that have a lot of backing and a lot of money in that city, they're going to pay for athletes, and not necessarily they're going to pay for everybody, but the big name guys, that's going to kind of weigh on those decisions. And so I think he's onto something. I think it's unfortunate for a lot of players because I think even when guys get into the transfer portal, I think guys get left out and left behind, and they miss a year of football, and it's going to end up hurting a lot more kids than it helps. But I hope that the biggest thing with NIL is you hope that somebody's educating these kids on finances and taxes, because these are bonuses, and these aren't, money's not taken out, to pay Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam's always going to come after his money, and so you want somebody to treat them the right way and actually help these kids and invest some of this stuff that they're able to get early.
I don't know if you saw the trailer of Kevin James playing Sean Payton in Netflix's newest movie, Home Team. Doesn't look that great of a movie, but I did want to ask you this question. If you could pick out any actor out there in Hollywood to play you in a movie back in your professional days, who would that be?
That's a tough one. Probably my position, and just you'd have to. It wouldn't be a big time actor because you're kind of going under the radar, under the scene. You feel like you hang out with a lot of the linemen throughout your career because you're on the line for field goal protection, and then you kind of, for me, that's who the guys I got along with. So it'd probably be a bigger guy. That's tough, and I don't know that answer.
Not Brad Pitt, huh?
No, I don't think I would. That would look right for my body type.
I thought it was odd that Kevin James is playing Sean Payton, but maybe that's just me. I mean, Kevin James is hilarious. I don't think anyone can question that. But let me ponder before we let you go, Brett. Let me kind of let me dissect this a little bit and see if I can pick out someone that you might like.
Maybe Danny DeVito.
Okay.
No Danny DeVito.
No, I don't know if I can pull that off. I mean, it's you'd have to have somebody that likes to go out and have fun, but also does the right thing. That's a really tough one. I think back in the day, obviously Chris Farley, just being funny, trying to be a comedian, but you're also, again, you got to be professional. You're in a position that, as a long snapper, you're in a position, we've talked about this, you don't get in trouble. You want to be a good locker room guy and kind of just keep your head down and go to work. And so that's still kind of tough with some of the actors out there.
See, that's the thing, Ty. As a long snapper, you don't want anyone to know your name. Generally, as a long snapper, if they know your name, it's not good. Generally,
you don't want to be associated with that because, like you said, something bad happens. Then they're like, "Who's this? What's this guy's name?"
They normally only they never point your name out because it was a good snap, do they, Brett?
No, they don't say, "Oh, he did a good snap there." I mean, they'll say something on the radio or TV copy when you got a game-winning kick and be like, "Good snap, good hold, good," and the kick is, and it'll be good or bad. So they don't talk anything about it, and the NIL's kind of changed it a little bit. And when you get to the NFL, the things change a little bit more with being such a small roster. People kind of know you a little bit more, but you definitely want to stay under the radar as a snapper.
I think Gerard Butler would be a good fit for you, Brett. Are you okay with that? He's got the beard. I think that'd be a good. He's thick and he's built. So I'm gonna say Gerard Butler if we need to make a call. If the movie comes out about y'all's Packers when y'all won the Super Bowl and they need an actor, I'm gonna suggest Gerard Butler.
I'm okay with that one. That's not a bad one for me.
Cool.
Hey, Brett Goode's there for you for all of your insurance needs. He was an NFL specialist, as we were just talking about. Now you're the employee benefits specialist. So that's kind of your specialty now. And I know health benefits is where you've really zeroed in for small and medium-sized companies.
That's right. And I'm taking the same work ethic I did in the NFL and what got me there and kept me there to this approach of the benefit side of it mainly. And it's been really good just, getting the communication with people and seeing how we can help them. And everybody always needs a little bit. And, a lot of the companies I get are usually, have had a lot of issues, but, I have no problem working through those and getting them set up to be moving smoothly.
Yeah. So give Brett a call today if you want to talk about employee benefits. You want to talk about retirement plans, setting those up for your company, anything involving the benefit package at your company. Brett is your guy for that. 651-2292. That's 651-2292. And, Brett, that's your direct line, call or text. That's your cell phone number, 24/7.
That's 24/7. I was working last night with this open enrollment. I was working last night at 11 o'clock. So at any time, we always work.
Yeah. All right, Brett Goode, Henderson Phillips, 651-2292. We'll talk to you next week just in front of Christmas.
All right, sounds good.
BetOnline has you covered for all the holiday season. More props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your number one spot for all sports action. Head to our new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus with the promo code BELIEVE to receive your bonus. That's BLEAV to receive your bonus. And it's not just football. BetOnline has pro and college hoops, NHL, boxing, UFC, even your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all these amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports.